Hello, good internet. Good to see you again. Haven't dwelled here whatsoever, no. Have not interfaced with the video thing since my I would like to be crazy internet famous phase of middle school and high school. 2014. Much better politically, but I was worse. But I am trying to do this interfacing thing again to share what the experience is like for me as someone who is living in the high risk category as we are experiencing a coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak in the United States. And my hope for this vlog, should it be something that folks are interested in, is that I'm able to better bring awareness to the experiences and challenges that individuals in high-risk categories are facing, and also hopefully some action. Yeah, and so today is my day one, and I just kind of want to chronologically walk you through kind of how my awareness has shifted in the last 48 hours around COVID-19 and what that means in the context of my life. And so I did not know until last night, but apparently on March 5th, and today is Thursday, March 12th. On March 5th, the CDC made the recommendation that individuals in high-risk categories do their best to stay at home as much as possible, quote unquote, as much as possible. And so that is really vague and doesn't leave a lot of clarity around to what extent our lives should be fully adjusted. But for me, that means just based on my economic need, in order to survive, I still need to go to work, that I will be commuting and going to work and being at home. Fortunately, I live with a partner and have a really great local support network that they will be able to help support me with running errands and getting groceries, etc. But I still need to go to work. And honestly, I don't even know if it's worth me trying to like pseudo quarantine myself at home, because I can't think of a more sensational name. Given the fact that I actually work with a high risk population, I work with older adults in a residential low income public housing setting. And so for me, I'm at a point that I don't know if it's a matter of if I get COVID-19, it's a matter of when, because like I said, I need to maintain my income in order to survive. I need to be able to buy my groceries and pay my rent. And also I'm experiencing, as I'm trying to look for maybe more remote work or work that's not with a high risk population, that a lot of places are kind of pausing their hiring processes just to reduce the number of people in and out those doors, etc. And so I'm kind of at the stuck place that I have a position that I can't take paid time off, I can't take sick leave, and I can't really transfer the work that I'm doing, and I need to work with a high risk population. And so that's part of where I'm at. But yes, this morning I learned about that last night actually, after I got home from getting groceries, learned about that CDC recommendation. And what is nice about my particular case, so where I fit into the high risk categories, is that I am someone who is immunocompromised or immune suppressed. And that can mean a whole bunch of different things for different people. There are some people who just naturally might have more suppressed immune systems, and things like that. Of course, older adults in general just have lower functioning immune systems. And in my particular case, I don't know if it's still considered an autoimmune disease, but the treatment for that condition is a medication that suppresses my immune system. And so once you get started on my medication, they're like, get tested for tuberculosis, because otherwise you'll die. And like, good luck if you get the flu. Things like that. And so given that COVID is more fatal than influenza, and seems to be spreading like wildfire, I recently read that somewhere between 60 and 80% of the population, if not more, are supposed to get it. It's a very risky situation for me. However, the suppression is caused by this medication. The medication is called Humira, and I have kind of made a risky choice today, and we'll see if it even goes through. I requested for my doctor to switch me from my medication. Coming from that place of, for me, I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. And what that means for me is that I will be immune suppressed with this support from my doctor should he be willing to switch my medication. Immune suppressed for another 6 to 8 weeks after stopping the medication, according to him. He said something about like the half-life and whatever, and he was like, it'll probably be out of your system in 6 to 8 weeks. And so I've made the decision that 2 months feels like a good amount of time if I am able to get off of that medication. So I'm really privileged in that sense, because the CDC is actually telling individuals like myself and others in high-risk categories to be prepared to do this for maybe a year, maybe longer. We don't know. And the other consideration within that is the fact that epidemiologists and other professionals are expecting that outbreaks like this, not specifically necessarily corona, but bacteria that are antibiotic resistant, other viruses, things like that, are expected to occur more frequently and perhaps more dangerously. And that's not even me getting into the impacts of certain viruses and things getting unfrozen in the permafrost with climate change, etc. Woo! And so at this time, it just feels like, as a young adult who's going to be hopefully living to the time that we see more deaths from viruses, untreatable bacteria, etc., than we do from things like cancer and diabetes, it seems like it might be more sustainable for me to just give another medication a go that doesn't affect my immune system. That is a really scary decision for me to make. I am on a very risky medication as it is because of the high risk of my personal disease. I'm considered to have a very severe case of ulcerative colitis. They would not put me on Humira if I was not. But here we are giving that a go. And so that's kind of a overview of my situation. And given that I am pseudo-quarantined for 2 months, I'm definitely just going to have more weird time on my hands. So I'm also hopeful that this is something that is just can feel like a productive, meaningful use of my time as I sit at home twiddling my thumbs. So hello, welcome to different side of hairstyle. I don't actually know, maybe, and new lighting. I did not know how to end my video, and I ended up just like making weird faces and noises, etc. And so here we are to officially end it, and I still don't know how to do it, so we're just gonna keep. Maybe I'm playing music, but my video editing skills aren't that nuanced, etc. But yes, today is Thursday, March 12th, 2020, vlog day 1. I hope that there is a vlog day 2 tomorrow. And I hope that this gets folks thinking, especially folks who consider themselves to be like wealthier or healthier. What are the things they might do to make life better for their friends, loved ones, and maybe strangers who are having a bit of a harder time right now, aside from being annoyed that there's not enough toilet paper at Target. All right. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.